Fury substitution entering the field, number 23, Matt Freeman. For number 4, Izzy.
Good evening and welcome back for second half action. It is the Fury 3 and Mass United 2. We are just underway in the second half, about quarter of the clock, 15 seconds deep, but I think the clock started about 20 seconds late. Here's a chance right off the bat for Denise. He puts it through the legs of Johnny Campbell, but Thorne Holder handles it. And danger averted. Like I said, 3-2, Fury in the lead over Mass United. Fury got the first 2 early on in the first half. Mass United came back to tie things up at 2, and then the Fury, through Scott McCoubry, regained the lead, and that's where we stand as we begin the second half. A couple of substitutions for the Fury. Ayuba Fain is on, and Matt Freeman is on, replacing the fullbacks Izzy Castro and Sam Gibson. A little bit of a change too. It looks like Josh Danza has moved to left back. Freeman playing right back. And in defense it is Campbell and Ayuba Fain. This is Kolarak sending one towards the middle, knocked down by Kareem Smith, given right back to McCoubry. He tries to pop it over the defender, but it is taken away by Mass United, and they will take it the other way. Whistle is blown. And the Fury going to regain possession. It's not Fain, it's Ayuba Sharif. Amadou Sharif. Ayuba Fain, Amadou Sharif. I'll get it. It is Sharif that's on. Number 17 playing in the back with Johnny Campbell. Ayuba Fain is on the bench and available for selection, should the Fury choose to do so. It is Philadelphia with possession. Michael Okai pushed to the back just a little bit, enough to knock him off the ball, fights to get it back, and just quickly taken away again by Mass United. Long ball forward, looking for Denise, unable to get on the end of that. It'll be a throw in for the Fury. Danza now at left back will take this throw. And the Fury going to have to try to chase it down as it rolls back to Cheney. Yes. Ducutter clears it out for Mass United. Thorne Holder going to come well out of his net. He lets it bounce. And he is going to grab it.
More information on time and where to book it, please visit www.totalturf.net.
Ball knocked down by Matt Freeman, one of the substitutes who has come on here in the second half. Freeman tries to chase it down. But it is sent forward and onside. Here comes Mass United with an opportunity. A shot saved by Holder. It's in the air. It's going to bounce just wide of goal. What an opportunity. And Thorne Holder did just enough to keep that one out and keep the Fury in the lead by a score of 3-2. There is a substitution on the other side. Edmilson Miranda is in the game. And we'll figure out who he's replaced. But number 18, Miranda, is on. And Joaquin is the man who's been taken off. So Miranda on for Joaquin. This corner is taken short. There's the substitute. Not that far off. Good angle for us to view it. Just curving back towards the goal, but a little high and a little wide. As Miranda shoots wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Thorne Holder. Also available on the substitutes bench for Philadelphia, goaltender Jace Clement, Ayuba Fain, Kwame Apia, and Ansgar Otto. And Mass United has Nicholas Gardner, Mateus Santos, and Junior Mark still available. Mass United gives it away to Dietz. And Chella battling over on the far side. The ball eventually goes to Smith, who gives it back to his goalkeeper. We'll launch it as Mass United goes from right to left here in the second half. Campbell and Sharif combining to try to clear that ball away. Freeman has it, and he'll give it back to Holder. Thornholder in the lime green goalkeeper's kit. Duke Huntard clears it away for Mass United. Looking for their first win on the season. They have drawn 4 times in 7 matches. And the Fury have won 3 and lost 3 with 1 draw as well. So they're looking to get to a point with more wins than defeats. Looking to put pressure on Icon FC at the top of the Mid-Atlantic standings. Free kick coming for the Fury. McCoubry stands over it. And Johnny Campbell will go forward, with Sharif and Freeman staying back for Philadelphia. Sent in by Kolarak. Knocked away and will be chased down. They try to chase it down anyway. It'll be a throw-in for Mass United on the near side. Tadros takes it. Gives it to Fabio Barbosa. Didn't mention Barbosa too many times in the first half. I wanted to. It's a great name. Fabio Barbosa. This is De Silva chasing after a loose ball, and he is offside. So free kick coming for the Fury as De Silva just wandered off. He had a pretty good angle from our position at that, and I wasn't expecting an offside flag, but there it was. And the Fury taking their time lining up this free kick. And eventually taken by Kolarak. I'm sorry, taken and passed to Kolarak. He's got it again. And Nick Kolarak forward, looking for Michael Okai. Okai stops it, gets past his man. Freeman will cross, headed away by Mass United. Good play, and right to one of the Mass United players heading forward, and up the sideline, Denise can't keep it in. Fury lead by a goal, about 6 minutes into the second half. Take that. Almost 8 minutes into the second half. 3-2. Right now it's McCoubry's goal that has the Fury in front. Sana forward over the top of the defense. Opportunity for Mass United. Holder gets a hand on it. It's loose. He pokes it away again. Thornholder coming up big for Philadelphia. This is Lasana again. Tries to skip past one man. Now he'll give it back to the defenseman, who launches the ball again for Denise. This is down to Barbosa. Off of him. De Silva is clanged into, and the ball goes over the top of the net. It is going to be a corner kick. Mass United player is still down. And getting back up slowly.
Sports medicine. For more information on Virtual's facilities and programming, please visit
That's De Silva.
www.virtua.org.
Fury lining up a substitution. It is Michael Okai heading off. Yes, Ansgar Otto comes in.
Substitution now entering the field, number 7, Ansgar Otto. Entering the field for number 9, Michael Okai.
Here's the corner kick from Mass United. Into the box, it's free. Holder makes the save. That header was ticketed for the top part of the net, and Thornholder makes another save, as he has made a few here in the second half. This is Duke Huntard. Ball is free. Here is Benevaldo da Silva, but he can't get to it before the Fury headed back to Holder, who will throw one out from Matt Freeman on the near side. Freeman has Kolarak and instead kicks it out of bounds. 3-2 is the score. Philadelphia Fury on top. Lasana through to Da Silva. Da Silva with an opportunity. He is behind the defense. Da Silva pokes it past the goaltender and in the far side, Benevaldo Da Silva has tied it up at 3 apiece. And Mass United once again has come back to tie. We will call that one the 56th minute. Benevaldo Da Silva. And he took that ball well. The finish, he waited and poked it past Holder just inside the far post. And once again, we are tied. Didn't figure we would see a scoreless second half, and we won't. As it is Mass United that strikes. This is Ansgar Otto with his first touch. Kolarak. And returns to Otto. He's got one man to beat, Tadros, and he does not get past him. Throw in coming for the Fury. And Ansgar Otto has the long throw. He's going to give himself a good run up. Here comes that throw towards the box, and out to grab it is Cheney. Malcolm Cheney let it bounce once before he boots it over the far sideline. Good distance, I'll give him that. Knocks this ball into the air, and Seydou Ba in the vicinity. This is also, well, the Fury regained possession, but whistled for a foul. I don't think it was Dietz guilty of the foul. I think Danza might have been guilty of the foul. Either way, it is going to be a free kick for Mass United. 3-3 is our score. Fans have gotten their money's worth here this evening. It's been an exciting contest. Long ball for Barbosa on the far side. Doesn't get to him. McCoubry sends it the other way for Philadelphia. Otto. His touch goes back to McCoubry. This ball forward is headed away by the goaltender. And Lasana there. Otto from long range. He's going to try his luck, and it's wide. Well, trying to take advantage of the goalkeeper being out of his net. And Otto's shot not on target.
This portion of the match brought to you by Atlantic Soccer Factory.
We are into the 14th minute of this second half. The only goal of the half coming from Benevaldo da Silva to tie it up at 3. Cheney's goal kick bounces, cleared away by Freeman. Otto gets a little push from Duke Huttard, and that allows Kareem Smith to be the first man to get a head on it. And then cleared out now by Tadros. Out of play near side, throw in Fury. Taken by Freeman over the head of Otto, right to a United player, and Otto battles for it, but is grabbed by Barbosa. Fabio Barbosa has his pass intercepted by Campbell, and now Otto in some space on the right side. Cuts to the middle, now back to the right. And so far going it alone, he's got Kolarak over there. Finally gives it to Kolarak, who's knocked down. Foul called. And Kolarak gives a little shove to Tadros, and Tadros theatrically goes to the ground. Free kick for the Fury. Referee wisely talks to these two guys, saying we don't need any of that. And free kick for the Fury. Taken by Otto. This is deep And into the corner area. It is kept in by the Fury, at least momentarily, before it's grabbed away by United. Here they come. Dietz blocks that advance, and Michael Dietz takes it the other way. Into the middle, he's got a man there. Shot comes in. Save made and grabbed by Cheney. Seydou-Ba with the shot. Cheney forced to make the save. And Mass United with possession. Forward looking for Da Silva. Coming across is Sharif. He had it for a moment, but Da Silva grabs it back. Tries to turn. And Da Silva stopped this time by the other man on the far side, Josh Danza. And after the ball goes out of play, conversation, Danza. And the linesman as well as Da Silva getting involved. Free kick coming for the Fury. Half an hour to go. 3-3 our score. Thornholder blasts one long and wide. And it appears as if the Fury are readying a substitution. It may be the same case for Mass United. Kwame Appiah getting set to come on. And Josh Cello is heading over to the bench as if he was the guy to come off, but I guess the change has not yet been made. And Mass United putting the pressure on, but it'll be a goal kick for Philadelphia. See if the Fury make that substitution now. And it is going to be Kwame Appiah. And Josh Chella heads off. And good effort by Chella as he contributed to a lot of opportunities for Philadelphia in the first half. This is Otto along with Ba. And Dietz fights for it, but it's taken away by Mass United, and here they come. Fouled in the middle. As Seydou-Ba takes down, I think that's Barbosa. No, Barbosa's on this near side. Either way, it's a free kick coming up for Mass United. We've now tied things up at 3 apiece. It was Miranda who had been taken down in the middle. Smith will launch one towards the Philadelphia goal. Da Silva on the left side, and he heads it, but no teammates in the vicinity. Easily grabbed by the Philadelphia goalkeeper, and Thornholder looks at his options. And the final decision is a punt. Bounces once and then headed by Mass United. Taken away by Philadelphia. Makubri gets by. Makubri sends one forward. Ansgar Otto on the end of it. Otto from extreme long range. He had Appiah on his left and he had Kolarek on the right, and he opted for the long shot. Goal kick coming for Mass United. AC Crusaders will play their final home game of the first half next Saturday at 7 o'clock. Come on out to Egg Harbor Township High School to enjoy that one. Ball rolls deep into the Philadelphia end. Crusaders will be taking on the Diplomats. And then the Diplomats will be back here on the 8th to make up that game that was postponed by lightning. So Diplomats will be in the area the next 2 weekends. Right now it is the Philadelphia Fury and Mass United tied at 3. This one heads towards goal. Cheney's going to come out and grab it. Man goes down, and a foul will be called here against Mass United for impeding the Philadelphia player. He's going to get a talking to from the referee, and a free kick coming up in a semi-dangerous area here for Philadelphia. Kolarek. Campbell. It's going to be Campbell. Campbell's free kick. Heads towards goal, bounces once. Oh, it was deflected and over the top. I think that was Seydou Ba that got a foot on that, or some part of his body on that, deflected over the top of the goal. What ended up being a good chance. 25 minutes to go. Philadelphia 3, Mass United 3. United have drawn more than half of their games, 4 draws in 7 matches heading into this one, so they have had a penchant for ties. This ball goes right to De Silva, sends it forward for Denise. 4 Philadelphia players there. This is blocked by a handball. Josh Danz argues that it hit him in the chest, but the referee sees it differently, and it will be a free kick for Mass United from about 30 yards out in a central position. So just as Philadelphia had a dangerous free kick a moment ago, this time it will be Mass United that will line up from 30 yards out. And Miranda, the substitute, looks to be the man who's going to be in charge of this kick. Thorne Holder organizing a 4-man wall. Miranda's free kick is too high. It may have been good for 3 points through the uprights of the football field, or it may have even been wide of that. But Miranda clearly wanted to do better than that. It is a goal kick for Philadelphia. Thorne Holder low. A lot of pace on it, and Josh Danza can't control it. It's out of bounds for a free kick, Mass United. Did I say free kick? I meant throw in. And another foul called against Philadelphia. Another free kick coming. See if it's Miranda again. It's not Miranda. Miranda just ran into the referee. Free kick comes. It is heading towards the box. It's over the top of everybody. Lasana and Dietz were the closest to it. Both will leap for it. Lasana Sanha, I should say. I think I started calling him Lasana as his last name at some point in that first half. It's Lasana Sanha. Philadelphia waiting for this goal kick coming from Thorne Holder. This one's a little higher. But the first man to get ahead on it is Sanha. Off to De Silva. De Silva muscles his man, or muscles past his man, and ends up getting a throw in. Or a free kick. It's going to be a foul called against Campbell. And free kick for Mass United. Miranda lines up over this one. Third free kick in the matter of the last 3 minutes for Mass United. Miranda sends this one right towards Holder. Oh, player gets near it. It's loose. Man goes over the top of Sharif. Thorne Holder still trying to grab it. It's kicked away from him by his teammate Kwame Appiah. And after all that, it will be a throw-in on the far side. That was a crazy play. 2 Mass United players right there as Thorne Holder tried to grab it, and then chaos ensued. The Fury able to stave off any shots towards goal, and we are still tied at 3. Throw in far side, Mass United. Looked to be a couple of times where Holder was about to grab it, and it was, well, one time it eluded him, and another it was just bashed away from him by his teammate. It is a throw-in far side for Philadelphia. A little over 20 minutes to play. We are tied at 3. The goals haven't come nearly as quickly in the second half as they did in the first. It was 3-2 Fury at halftime. The only goal in the second half coming from Benevaldo da Silva in the 56th minute to tie things up. And that pass goes awry. It is Tadros who will throw it in for Mass United. Miranda has it intercepted by Freeman. Lays it off for Dietz in some space in the middle. And finding Apia on the far left side. That pass deflected, throw in for the Fury, and quickly taken, looking for Seydou Ba on the left side. Back towards the middle, Akubri is there. He doesn't get the connection he wants. It'll be chased down by Ansgar Otto, and he is able to stop it. Well, he stopped it before it went out of bounds, and then let it, its momentum just let it trickle over that line. And throw in for Mass United. De Silva. Dietz tries to get away from him. He can't, but then given away by Barbosa. Michael Dietz for Philadelphia. No one else in the middle there, and he's able to play it calmly over to the far side. Now through for Ba. Seydou Ba stays up after pushed a little bit. Tries to go back, and now there will be a foul called against Lassana Sanha. And Ba is down. We're into the 71st minute. Fury 3. Mass United 3. Mass United has not led. Fury once led 2-0. And Seydou Ba is back up. Makubri and Kolarak standing over this free kick. Looks to me like Makubri will take it. A three-man wall for Mass United. Makubri with the left foot. Sends it over the wall. It's a good shot, a little wide. And the goalkeeper was there had it been on goal. Goal kick coming up for Mass United. They've used just one of the 4 available substitutes. Each team allowed 5 substitutes, but only 4 listed on the team sheet for Mass United. One of them is a goalkeeper, so really only likely to see 2 more guys possibly for Mass United in the waning stages of this one. Michael Dietz takes it away for Philadelphia and then cleared away by Sanha. And out of bounds. Throw in for the Fury. Matt Freeman gives it to Kolarak and gets a return pass. Now forward for Ba. Tries to position himself. This one headed towards goal by Kwame Apia, but taken on a bounce by Cheney. Lifts it down the other way. Campbell there to head it away. And Philadelphia, after a momentary loss of possession, gives it away again. So this is Tadros. And Barbosa pokes it over to Miranda. Returning for Barbosa, neither of these guys is offside. They're both onside. This is De Silva coming in on the left side. No, he was offsides. Okay, so the linesman does eventually put up his flag. The first man was not offsides, but De Silva was. And so the Fury get the benefit of that decision and quickly try to take it the other way through Ansgar Otto. Otto's ball, as he cuts towards the middle, is easily blocked by Sanha. And Ducutard sends it the other way, and now wildly offsides is De Silva. Thorn Holder in possession for Philadelphia. Boots it downfield for Ba, gets a head on it, and it goes right to Smith. And head tennis. Finally it hits a chest in there. And controlled by Mass United. Ducutard, it's blocked by Makubri, bouncing free, and Kareem Smith gets a lot of foot on it and puts it over the midfield line. Collision in the center of the park. That's Dietz and Miranda. And the call goes against Mass United. Free kick coming for Philadelphia. We have been tied since the 56th minute. Free kick to be taken by Freeman. 5 Philadelphia players waiting at the top of the penalty box for it. It bounces, it is poked over the top of the goaltender, it's loose. Who will get to it first? The goalie dives for it, and the whistle finally blows. And now there is bad feelings in there. There's some pushing and shoving. That's always likely to happen when the goaltender doesn't have the ball and it's loose and people are kicking at it. Tempers flare a little bit. And we'll see if the referee has any punishments to dish out. The first guy he grabbed was Danza, and he sent Danza out of the fray. And Danza's going to be the man singled out for the talking to. We saw the referee have a long conversation with Ducutter, and it looked like he was just warning him, and they eventually did pull out a card. So we'll see if Danza does get any punishment here. Well, finally the referee does reach into his pocket, and the yellow card comes out. That's an awfully long conversation, but you know what? I think that's good refereeing in my opinion. I can't say that I saw everything that happened in that pile in front of goal, but everybody's going for the ball. The defenders are trying to defend. The goalie's trying to grab it. You know, if somebody got kicked, well, then they got kicked, not because somebody's trying to hurt them. So anyway, it is a yellow card for Josh Danza, and no other punishments handed out. And we will continue with 15 minutes to go in the second half, tied at 3.
Josh Danza, number 3.
Cheney to take this goal kick for United. Blasts it towards midfield, where Ba is positioned. Ba and Dietz heading for it, and it is Mass United that comes away with it. Barbosa puts it past the Fury player to De Silva. Now in the middle, Denise tries to knock it down. They fight for it, and Apia is the man who wins it. He showed too much of the ball to the Mass United player, but gets away with it, and the return pass, Apia tried to find a streaking Otto, and the Fury now regain possession. Dietz up the far side. Towards the middle, Otto streaking, but Mass United saw that one coming. And now Denise behind the defense, but the ball rolling in on Thornholder. And he'll play it over to this near side, and Matt Freeman. He goes around De Silva. And the Fury working it up the field until it's taken away. And now Tadros finds Barbosa and De Silva. And Evaldo De Silva lifts it over, looking for Tadros coming up from left back. Can he get past Matt Freeman? He pokes it towards goal, and Thornholder, he's a tall guy, and he needed just about every inch in order to get up there and grab that ball. That was deceivingly tricky. And Holder equal to the task. Sharif gives it away. And taken by Danaher for Mass United. Sanha through the middle. Dances past one man. He's nudged off the ball, and McCoubry fouled him. Free kick coming up for Mass United.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia Fury would like to give one more big shout out to Boardtown Soccer Club.
Free kick taken by Mass United. And here they come on the right side. Ball ends up over the sideline. Throw in for Mass United. And they'll get a corner as Samani puts it off the Fury defender and over the end line. 12 minutes to play plus stoppage time. Tied at 3. Be taken with the right foot. An outswinger headed towards De Silva. He can't get a head on it. Man taken down outside of the box. No penalty given, and the Fury try to take it the other way. Otto pokes it past the defense. He's really being ridden out of there by the defender. Good play. If you don't get called for a foul, it's a good play. And that's Tadros, who kept Otto away from that ball. Could easily have been called for the foul. Safely back into the hands of Thornholder, the goaltender for the Fury. And his boot back towards Ansgar Otto. Handled though by Tadros. Oh, and this time they do give a foul against Tadros. McCoubry takes it short to Michael Dietz. And now Otto. Otto through the middle, poked to a Fury player. And now Apia sends it onto the far side. Back to the middle, headed away by Ducutter. And Mass United in control. Miranda stops with it. And now has it taken away. Otto for Kolarak. Goalie is out to grab it. That's Cheney. And it is the yellow lines that we're playing with. So sometimes with a couple of different colored lines. Difficult to tell which one you're playing with. I thought the goaltender might have been outside his penalty box for a moment, but he's not. And meanwhile, a free kick coming in the middle of the park for Mass United. Had so many goals in this game and so many good chances. Truth be told, there have been a lot fewer chances for both sides in the second half than there were in the first. And the change made defensively by Matt Driver at halftime. Well, here's a chance for McCoubry. McCoubry has a man on the far side. That's Ba. Seydou Ba controls it. Not as clean as he wanted. He gets around the man and can't get around the second man. Fury still maintained possession. Kwame Appiah has his pass stolen away. Kolarak was down all this time, and Kolarak just now getting back to his feet as the Fury come in towards the Mass United goal. Otto is drilled. And that foul is going to go against Ansgar Otto. He just got a red card? As Ansgar Otto, I believe, has been sent off, and a yellow card for the Mass United player. But Ansgar Otto got a red card there. Otto, it was a tough collision. Can't see everything from here. I thought perhaps at first that Otto had been fouled. It was a tough collision, but the referee right on top of it, he's the man that's there, and he gives Ansgar Otto a straight red card. And the Fury are going to play with 10 men here for the last 8+ minutes of the second half. There's a yellow card to the defender on the near side. I think that's Tadros. We're going to look at him when he turns around. And the Fury, the player for Mass United that was involved with Ansgar Otto, still down and being attended to.
Mass United number 14, Michael Tadros.
It's Danaher that's down. And now sits up, but having his leg checked out, and Danaher able to get back gingerly to his feet. So big turn of events here in the 82nd minute. Ansgar Otto sent off, straight red card. And Tadros got the yellow. That's just his first yellow card. So it is going to be 11-on-10 here for the duration, barring more punishment. Fury, who at various points at this game were looking at a possible 3 points, now looking to hold on for points, tied at 3, and down a man. Not saying that they'll give up trying to score, because they won't. This is Johnny Campbell going to take the free kick. To Kwame Appiah on the far side. I wonder if this will lead to any changes to personnel over the last couple of minutes as Philadelphia looks to at least protect what they've got here. Showing for the Fury on the far side. For Freeman on the right. And a good job by the goaltender Cheney to grab a hold of that. Now to De Silva, who's pressured by Sharif. And knocked out of bounds. Throw in Mass United. Seydou Ba chasing this ball down. Ducuttard turns away from him. Tadros and Ducuttard. Pressure put on by Philadelphia. And results in a kick towards the middle of the park. Controlled by Sanha. Now down for Fabio Barbosa. De Silva on the left side. Sharif in front of him. De Silva sends across towards the middle. It's off a Fury leg, and it will roll over the end line. It is a corner kick coming up for Mass United. 3-3 to score. 6.5 minutes to play. Second half. Fury playing with 10 after Ansgar Otto was sent off with a straight red card just a couple of minutes ago. Corner coming from the far side. And it's over. Sanha, they fight for it, and Dietz comes away with it for the Fury. Just Seydou Ba up front, and Ba allowed that ball to be taken away by Tadros. He fights to get it back, but does not succeed. Tadros still in possession for Mass United. He blasted off a Fury player and will roll back to Smith. He tries to send it the other way. And the race is on for it on the far side. Miranda gives possession away to the Fury. Philadelphia will play it up the right side. This is Matt Freeman. He's got some space. Tries to go by his man and does not succeed. Barbosa in the middle. And nice footwork to dance around a couple of men. This is De Silva rolling it along towards the middle. Benevaldo da Silva doing it all himself, and finally the pass, which was a good idea, but miscommunication between those two players as the winger on the far side was heading back away from goal to stay on sides just as the pass came through. Otherwise, it may have been a different story. 5 minutes to go, second half. Fury 3. Manchester United 3. Fury led this match 2-0 and 3-2. But they have not scored here in the second half and now playing down a man. Thorn Holder sends one long. And it'll be a throw in for the Fury. Looking to find Baugh splitting through a couple of defenders, but Smith in the way of that. Another throw in coming for Philadelphia. Philadelphia down a man in no apparent rush. And finally, man comes over to take this throw in from the far side. Throw in comes in towards the box. It bounces once and handled now by Cheney. Rolls it out on this side for Barbosa. Denise. Freeman goes down, reacting as if he got an elbow in the face. Play continues. Man comes up the right side. This is a break on for Mass United. Rolls behind the man, and the shot is not a good one. That's Brahma Samati. And he let it get tangled up in his feet and thereby lost his momentum, and then the shot was long or wide. Matt Freeman went down on that play, having a word with the referee. He checked with the linesman. But neither of those guys saw anything wrong, and play continues with 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go, plus stoppage time in a tie game. The throw-in initially was given to Mass United, and Philadelphia coaching staff reacted badly, and instead of being censured, they got the throw-in. It worked. Now I suspect that the referee was overruled, or changed his mind, or some such thing. It is a 3-3 tie with just a couple of minutes to go plus stoppage time. Throw-in coming from the Fury on the far side. Baugh doing a little bit of pushing in the box, controlled by Mass United, gets it back to Dietz, and Dietz has it taken away from him. Here comes Da Silva for Mass United. Fury a little bit stretched here, and Sharif can't get to that ball. It is coming through to Deniz on the left wing. Deniz with Sharif in front of him, gets past him, puts one into the middle, open space. Barbosa closed down nicely by Danza, and Freeman gets to the loose ball, and Freeman, well, it ends up back with Mass United. This is Da Silva. Da Silva goes past his man. Benevaldo Da Silva to Holder the save. Da Silva has been a handful in this one. And pressing to the end here. And you see the result of Philadelphia pushing forward, down a man, still pushing forward, looking for a winner, is when Mass United gets the ball. There is some space available. Sanha with it for United. And over the far touchline. Expect a couple of minutes of stoppage time. But as of now, we are headed for a 3-3 draw. Foul committed in the middle by Sanha. He's got a goal tonight. Da Silva has a goal. And Denise, the other one, for Mass United. Kolarak Ba Makubri for Philadelphia.
On the field by the head referee.
Fury have 6 players near the top of the penalty box looking for this free kick. It comes in, goalie's out, punches it away, and ends up at the feet of a blue jersey. Here comes Mass United the other way. Barbosa. Freeman holds him up momentarily, gets back in position. And now looking forward for Da Silva, but nobody else there to help him out. Samani was over there on the far right side, but couldn't get to that ball. It is in possession of Thornholder. Dietz clanged into from behind by Kareem Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Morristown man of the match of tonight is number 13, Nick Kolarek.
Nick Kolarek just named man of the match. Philadelphia Fury free kick coming. Looking for a winner here. This game has had lots of twists and turns. Nothing would surprise me. That pass is too low. And taking the other way, this is Denise. 2 men back for Philadelphia. Sharif and Freeman as Campbell tries to get back. Sharif fouls his man. We call that a professional foul. Is that a straight red card? Straight red card for Amadou Sharif. I guess he's deemed to be the last man back, and he took down Denise. He wasn't the last man back. Freeman was back there as well, but Amadou Sharif has been excused. It may be yellow. Sharif's still on the field. Still some discussion about whether that was red or yellow, but I think it was red. And Sharif hasn't left the field yet. The man's still down. Denise still down for Mass United, so this will add on to the injury time, which we are already reached. Fury down to 10 men. They may be down to 9 men. Let's see if the referee, in fact, has dismissed Sharif from the game. Sometimes it's hard to see the color of the cards. The yellow cards are brighter, though. So, we'll see. Sharif's still on the field at the moment, and the player's still down, Denise. Mass United not preparing any substitutes. And Denise is up. It appears that he will continue. It appears that it was a yellow card to Sharif. So that makes more sense. And Amadou Sharif with a professional foul prevents that attack. But it is
Actually a yellow card. Yellow card issued to Sharif.
Miranda, the substitute, going to take this free kick. Now he walks over it. And instead, Brema Samadi puts it well wide. So after all that, it is a goal kick for the Fury and Thornholder. My apologies. Sharif not sent off the yellow card. And the Fury still with 10 men. 3-3 in the waning moments of this one. Holder's goal kick off the head of Dietz. Ba tries to head it forward. Sanha had it for a moment, but he gives it away to Kolarek, and now over the top. Philadelphia looking for a late winner, but it is not to be, at least on that play. Grabbed by Cheney, and he lofts it up the right side. Philadelphia may have been able to grab that ball had they pushed forward, but instead they let Mass United come forward, and then finally intercepted by Danza. Danza comes up the left side and keeps going. Got a man, an outlet on the left wing. Tries to cut it back, but nobody there. Ba was much more further placed than that, and Apia's pass is picked off. Boy, another tough collision. That's Sharif again. And this time it is he that was fouled. And Tadros is on a yellow card. It was Sharif and Tadros in that collision. A couple of players on yellow cards, and that's it. Yellow and a red. So that's it for Tadros. Second yellow card leads to the red, and these teams both now down a man. And now the question is, how much time is left in this match? Gotta be not much. 2 minutes, maybe less. There have been quite a few stoppages here in the second half through injury and cards and the like. Matt Freeman lines up with his free kick. Each team now down to 10 men. And the Fury feel even a little bit better about pushing forward here. Trying to snatch 3 points. Freeman finally allowed to take the kick. It is headed towards goal by Kolarek and pushed out of the play. the Fury attacker. It is a goal kick for Mass United. Final whistle could come at any time. Cheney launches one forward for Mass United. Dietz is the man who gets ahead on that. And Philadelphia working forward. Kolarak on the right side. Back to the middle. Kolarak over to the left. Now Kwame Appia in a little bit of space. He's offsides. Shot was wide anyway. But Appia had drifted into an offside position. And a goal kick coming up for Mass United. Looking for a ball. And now we got one. 3-3. Cheney sends one towards Denise. Chased down by Sharif. Mehdi Sharif surveys the situation and kicks it right off of the forward for Mass United. Out of bounds, throw in Fury. Freeman to take. And there's the final whistle. It is honors even here, 3-3 the final score. A very exciting match, a ton of chances in the first half, a lot fewer chances in the second half as each team tightened up defensively, but that does not mean that Mass United was not able to find an equalizer. They did in the second half. An equalizer through Benavaldo da Silva, and we finished tied at 3. My thanks to Ulysses Cerrones, Graham King Charters, and everybody else, Jason Smith on camera who helped out with this broadcast. Fury will be back at home in 2 weeks to face the Evergreen Diplomats on November the 8th. AC Crusaders home next weekend, Saturday night, 7 o'clock, Egg Harbor Township High School, and they're facing the Diplomats as well. And we will join you then from Egg Harbor Township. For now, the final score here, Philadelphia Fury 3, Mass United 3. My name is Mike Wolverton. Thank you for watching Philadelphia Fury Soccer.